Welcome to the channel. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Today's video is going to be a double unboxing and a brief review on a watch which I have already reviewed on this channel. It's going to be the Retangula Redunae. Now I did a video not long ago and I reviewed the sandblasted version of the Retangula, and at that point in time they were out of stock everywhere, and these are normally stocked by Chronos on the AliExpress store and of course WR Watches. Now at that point in time I was informed that they are just going to do a new batch and they've made some pretty significant improvements to the previous design, and I was really interested, so I ordered these watches as soon as they were released, and I'm just going to give you guys an overview of the watch. And for the benefit of those people that have not seen this watch, I'll do a mini review. It won't be as comprehensive as my initial review that I did on these, and of course I'll point out what changes that I've noticed. Now, if you haven't done so already at this point, please hit the subscribe button, and also remember to hit the notifications bell so you're up to date with all the latest reviews. Also remember to check the links in the description. I will surely link this product to the AliExpress store, and the links will be affiliated links. Remember to leave a comment in the section below as well. Hit a like if you like the video. So I hope you guys do enjoy the review. Right, so I'm going to give you guys a quick overview of the dimensions and the specifications, and after that I'm going to give you a few nice close-up shots where I'll talk a little bit more about the watch, just briefly cover the design aesthetics and the little features that you can find in this watch. Then I'll obviously talk about the changes that they've made and give you a quick summary at the end, and then that'll be the end of the review. So let's go ahead, look at the specifications and the dimensions. So the specs are as follows: 316L stainless steel construction for the case, bezel and crown. You've got an aluminium bezel insert. You've got a double dome sapphire crystal with a chamfer edge and with AR coating. You've also got 150 meters of water resistance, and the watch runs a Seiko Epson NH35 movement, which is a hack and wind movement with 24 joules. B rate is 21,600 vibrations per hour, which gives you a sweep of 6 ticks per second, and it features a date complication. Moving on to the dimensions, you've got a case diameter of 41 millimeters, a lug to lug of 48 millimeters, and a thickness of 13 mil, and a lug width of 19 millimeters. Now, as you can see, I opted for the black colorway and also the black and gold. Now, I love how Retangula have homaged this beautiful case, the 6105-8000 by Seiko, and this case was a predecessor to the very famous 6105-8110 Captain Willet, so it is kind of forgotten about, but I love that Retangula went with this and have brought it back to the newer generation and done a very good job of homaging it. Now you can see the dial is a printed dial with applied hour markers and applied logo in the center at 12 o'clock. You've also got a printed minute track, and you've got a framed date window, so there's great attention to detail. However, I also love how retro and vintage this watch still looks, and you can see that by the use of the aluminium bezel insert. Now I prefer that over the ceramic. I think the ceramic would have took something away from this watch if it had been used, and also appreciate the fact that they've gone with a blank chapter ring. Now you've got some nice detailing and brushing on the one on the gilt, and you've got really nice details on a handset as well, which is a classical 6105 style handset. Hour markers are also classical. We see these hour markers on the older Seiko dials, and I really do like what they've done. And one of the nicer features of this watch is the domed sapphire crystal. I like the chamfered edge, which gives you the appearance of a phantom chapter ring due to the way that light sort of refracts between the two surfaces. Now I also like the fact that it's got 150 meters or 150 meter proof at the 6 o'clock. Of course, I do personally believe this watch can handle way more than that, around 200 meters, but of course it's again a nod towards the older, more vintage model that they have homaged. So all in all, it's been a brilliant job by Retangula, very enthusiastically made. They've got some real vintage looks to this watch, some great attention to detail, and I think, you know, it was very well received when the first one came out. Now let's see what they have improved, and in all fairness there wasn't a lot that they could have improved, but let's go ahead and have a look what they have. The Retangula Redunae has one of the nicest bezel rotations that I've felt on the watches that I reviewed on this channel. It's a 120 click unidirectional bezel. It's a coin edge style bezel, and it's very smooth. It's got the right amount of friction, it sounds right as well, and it's very accurate. It aligns really nicely, and there is no backplay on the bezel side. Now The only slight difference I can see between this and the old one, I think the printing around the bezel on the insert is just a touch thicker than it was on the original, but that's a very subtle difference. Now, the main and more significantly noticeable improvement they have done is with regards to the lume. On the previous model, the lume applied was quite poor. I mean, it wasn't really poor, but I'd assume it was just C3. Now, this is C3 Super Luminova. It is a lot brighter. Now, the lume here, I've not flashed it with a UV. This is just the normal lume that the dial has picked up by the LED lighting in this room. So it's very nice, you know, longevity is improved, and this is the only improvement which I really would have suggested, and I think I did suggest it. There was nothing else really to improve on. Now, to summarize, there hasn't been a really significant amount of change, or any, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. I looked at my previous video and I tried to compare with what I had in hand. Like I said, the only thing that I could notice was the writing on the bezel insert looks to be just a touch thicker on the gilt one, but that's not a difference enough. It could be just a slight variation. I know the lume has been improved, which was the only thing which I mentioned in the previous video. This watch come out spot on. I don't know what other people felt and what feedback Retangula had, but when I did go back and speak to the Chrono store, they mentioned like the dial has had changes, the bezel has had changes, but that change, I don't know, it would have been really subtle, because I actually can't see a difference all that much, to be truthful to you guys. Still a very good watch, and do I recommend it? I definitely do recommend it. It's one of those classical watches with a nice modern twist, but it's not overly refined. So that's it from me. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you on the next review.